What if the Imperium's newest, purest heroes are built on a foundation of absolute heresy? What if the saviors of the 41st millennium, the Primaris Marines, carry a dark secret in their very blood? The official histories, the tales the Imperium tells itself, speak of Archmagos Belisarius Cawl, a genius who, at Guilliman's command, used only the gene seed of the 9 loyalist primarchs to forge a new breed of warrior. But what if we dive past the High Lord's decrees? What if Cawl, a man who considers himself the intellectual peer of the Emperor, had access to the DNA of all 20 primarchs, and every reason to use it? At the dawn of the 42nd millennium, the galaxy is torn in half by the Great Rift. Hope is a forgotten luxury. And then, Roboute Guilliman returns and unleashes his masterstroke, the Primaris Marines. These warriors are the culmination of a 10,000-year project, the masterwork of Archmagos Belisarius Cawl. Guilliman's order was precise: create a better space marine, stronger, faster, more resilient, but more importantly, purer. To do this, Cawl was given the Sang Primus Portum. This wasn't just a vault of gene seed, it was a foundational library of the Emperor's own genetic architecture. It allowed Cawl to engineer new Astartes with a level of genetic purity and stability unheard of in lines scarred by millennia of degradation, like the Blood Angels or the Space Wolves. But with this incredible power came one unbreachable command from a Primarch scarred by the betrayal of half his brothers. The new Marines were to be created only from the lines of the 9 Loyalist legions. Purity, Guilliman insisted, was the only shield that mattered. The taint of Horus, of Fulgrim, of Mortarion, that was a corruption the galaxy could not afford to risk again. This is the official story. A clean, simple narrative of loyal sons, born from loyal fathers to save a dying Imperium. But just below the surface, this is where the official story begins to unravel. To believe it, you have to believe that Belisarius Cawl, a being of near limitless intellect and even greater arrogance, simply did as he was told. For 10,000 years. This is not a humble servant of the Omnissiah. This is a man who worked in the shadows, hiding his true progress from Mars and Terra. A man Guilliman himself calls a rogue, who follows the letter of the law, but almost never its spirit. And we have the smoking gun. The proof comes from a conversation recorded in the novel Dark Imperium, held in the heart of the Indomitus Crusade. In a moment of chilling honesty, Cawl confronts Guilliman directly. He reveals that his vaults don't just contain loyalist samples, he has them all 20. He even implies he possesses the gene seed of the 2 lost, forgotten sons, a secret erased from every other record in the galaxy. The question isn't just what he had, but what he argued. Cawl insisted this traitor gene seed was not inherently flawed. The treason, he reasoned, was a failure of character, a spiritual sickness, not a biological curse. He saw it as a wasted resource, a treasure trove of tactical possibilities blocked by what he considered fear and superstition. He pressed Guilliman for permission to use it. Guilliman's refusal was absolute. The risk was unimaginable. But this leaves us with a fundamental question. Did a man who had toiled for 10 millennia on his life's work, a man who believed he knew better than a Primarch who'd been on ice for most of that time, simply throw away a third of his research? Or did he hear an order and treat it as a suggestion he was free to ignore? Deeper now, we drift into a region of speculation so feared it is a synonym for heresy. If Cawl did defy Guilliman, the proof wouldn't be a data slate confession, it would be hidden in plain sight, a conspiracy painted on the very armor of his creations. Our first exhibit, the Sons of the Phoenix. Officially, they are successors of the Stoic Imperial Fists, yet their entire identity seems to reject Rogel Dorn. They are flamboyant perfectionists, obsessed with achieving glory through theatrical, flawless warfare, and their colors, brilliant white and royal purple, are instantly recognizable to any student of the Heresy. They are the colors of the 3rd Legion, the Emperor's children. Their Primarch was Fulgrim, whose epithet was the Phoenician. The name, the colors, the fanatical pursuit of perfection, it all points not to Dorn, but to his fallen, peacock-like brother. Is it a coincidence? Or is it Call's supreme arrogance, taunting the Imperium with a secret hidden right under its nose? Our second exhibit, the Covenant of Fire. Officially, successors of the noble salamanders, they embrace the Promethean cult of their supposed gene sire, Vulcan, with a chilling fanaticism. They are obsessed with fire, but not the constructive fire of the Forge. They are obsessed with burning knowledge, hunting down heretical texts with a zeal that borders on mania. This iconoclastic book-burning fury is a terrifying echo of another legion, the Word-Bearers. Lorgar's sons were the Imperium's original fanatics, burning worlds that clung to false idols. The Covenant of Fire's symbol is a burning book, eerily similar to old Word-Bearer heraldry. Are they truly sons of the compassionate Vulcan? Or are they a repurposed echo of Lorgar's destructive piety, their zealotry simply aimed at a new, approved target? The official records, of course, deny it all, but the patterns are there, left to fester and bleed so that no one dares question the deeper rot beneath. At the crushing bottom of this conspiracy, we find a truth so dangerous it could shatter the galaxy. So, what if it's true? What if thousands of Primaris Marines, fighting and dying in the Emperor's name, carry the DNA of the arch-traitors? Call's logic was cold and clear. The gene seed itself is stable. A Primaris Marine born of Fulgrim's line wouldn't instantly fall to Slaanesh, any more than a loyalist Emperor's child did during the Heresy itself. The corruption, in his mind, was a choice, not a biological destiny. A son of Fulgrim, raised in the Emperor's light, could become the perfect warrior he was always meant to be. But the gene seed is not merely science. It's quasi-mystical, a psychic link between father and son. We see it in the black rage of the Blood Angels, a psychic scream echoing across 10 millennia. We see it in the curse of the Wolfen. These flaws persist even in loyalist Primaris. What latent horrors, then, could lie dormant in the DNA of Magnus the Red, Mortarion, or Angron? What terrifying connection might still exist between a demon Primarch and his unknowing sons? The implications are apocalyptic. The political fallout alone could trigger a new civil war, a purge that would make the Age of Apostasy look like a border skirmish. The very heroes of the Indomitus Crusade, branded as abominations, genetic time bombs waiting for the right signal to detonate? It's a secret that could unmake the fragile Imperium Guilliman has sacrificed everything to rebuild. So we are left with this stark picture. We started with the simple, clean story of the Primaris, a new hope for mankind. We descended through layers of arrogance, forbidden science, and circumstantial evidence, and ended with a potential lie at the very heart of the Imperium's salvation. This brings us to the final, chilling question. Is Belisarius Cawl the savior of mankind, a genius who bent the rules to ensure our survival? Or has he, in his unparalleled arrogance, planted the seeds of the Imperium's ultimate damnation, just waiting for the right moment to bloom into a new and even greater heresy? What do you think? Is Cawl a misunderstood genius playing the long game, or a heretic whose pride will be our undoing? Share your own theories down in the comments below. And if you want to explore more dark corners of the 41st millennium, check out the video on your screen now. We hope to see you next time, and thanks for watching.